check on that, okay? So I'm gonna ask you, my dear students, Jeremy and Eve, do you know this person that is here behind teacher Osmar? Who's this? Is he Christopher Columbus? Is he Simon Bolivar? Who's this? Tell me, any idea, Jeremy? Any idea, Eve? Who's this?
I don't know. I don't have an idea.
Any idea? Maybe Sir Isaac Newton? Okay. Eve, what about you? Any idea? Who do you consider is this person?
Nice and short. A museum. It's a museum.
A musician? Mm-mm. Similar, but not a musician. Let me see who's this, okay? I'm gonna give you a hint. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, where are you? 'Cause I don't see you.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
Excellent, amazing, my dear students. William Shakespeare. Today, we are going to become William Shakespeare, my dear students, because we are going to learn how to write in English, okay? I know that you know how to write in English, but we are going to remember, and I'm going to explain to you what are the most important things when you are going to start writing in English. So, let me share my whiteboard and let's get ready to start. Okay, so here you go. Today, my dear students, we are going to prepare for the grading exam. Again, we are going to prepare for the grading exam. And let me explain you how is this divided. The grading exam is actually divided just in 3 sections. Number 1, write an email. Number 2, write a story. Or number 3, write an article. Write an email, write a story, and write an article, okay? The email, my dear students, this is mandatory, and you are supposed to complete this in 100 words. Yep, we are going to start by practicing how to write an email, and then, my dear students, you have the option. Write a story or write an article. Write a story or write an article, okay? You have to choose, my dear students, which do you want? So, write a story or write an article. Write a story or write an article. Okay, so today, my dear students, we are going to practice the 3 exercises: write an email, write a story, or write an article. Let's start by the easiest, which I consider all of you know, okay? How to write an email. Tell me, in your personal case, Jeremy, how often do you write an email?
Maybe mm, every month or something. Uh, I I don't write emails often.
You don't write emails often, but of course that you know, right? You know what is the structure of the email. Yep.
Just
Excellent. And what about you? Tell me, Eve, how often do you write an email?
Um, Daily.
Daily, at work or at for your university?
For my work, I'm writing all the time the emails. Uh, for the structure, uh, I tell me.
Tell me, do you remember what is the structure of the email? It's actually
Uh,
very similar for all the emails.
okay. The names of destinity and maybe sometimes how do you say cargo de la persona?
Oh, the charge, charge.
Charge and uh, later is the structure and the paragraph or 1, 2, 3 of um, how do you say desarrollo? Development.
Development. Excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
okay.
know.
And development, the structure and introduction, development and conclusion.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Eve, the class is over because you gave it all,
Okay.
okay? Thank you so much. You should be a teacher, and you were the teacher today because you explained us exactly the structure of the email. Okay, so can you see the picture? I just paste this picture here below. And let me explain you over here now, okay? Usually, my dear students, writing an email is not difficult because we are very used to it. So, what is the first part? Don't you forget to. That is the person that you are sending that email to, okay? The first part, don't you forget to. To, don't you forget the email of the person that you are sending this, okay? To. Got it? Afterwards, don't you forget we have the subject. Subject, that means el asunto, no? The subject. Obviously, the subject, it's a short, actually a short sentence, maybe 4 or 5 words, to explain what is this about. Subject. Then, my dear students, the case of the email is divided in 3 sections. Number 1, hi everyone. Actually, we can call this as a short greeting. Ya, siempre empezamos con el greeting, con el saludo, okay? The first part of the email, remember, greeting. Usually, hi Jeremy, hi Eve, I hope you're doing well at work. I really want you to be very happy at work. That is the first part, okay? Number 1. Number 2, let's scroll down, let's move on here. It's the development or the body. The body of the email where you're gonna see the reason. The main reason why you are writing that email. Okay, for example, in this case, I have exciting news for you. This Saturday will be the grand opening of my new studio. It will be from da. There will be entertainers, so come out and enjoy the festivities. In this case, can you see it, my dear students? We are trying to invite. The reason of this email is an invitation, but remember that we may have different reasons, okay? For example, invitation, it could be informative, it could be, my dear students, a petition or a request. So obviously, here you need to write the reason why you are writing that email. And finally, my dear students, the last part, it's gonna be the farewell. Farewell, number 3. What is farewell? Remember, la despedida, okay? Farewell, hope to see you there, Elena. Always we need to finish the email with our names, Hope to see you there, Elena. Remember, you can use other expressions as, for example, best regards, los mejores deseos, best regards. For example, Osmar, best regards, Osmar. For example, sincerely, atentamente, sinceramente, sincerely, Eve. Or maybe If this is more informal, maybe this is for a friend or maybe this is for a family member, with love. With love, Jeremy, okay? With love. So, any question, my dear students? Are you clear about the parts of the email? Jeremy, Eve? All clear? Todo claro? Yes?
Yes.
Excellent. So we are going to use, okay, let me share you the screen because we are going to use a platform developed by Cambridge University in order to improve our grading. So, the question is, teacher, is the email supposed to be an email for a friend? Is this supposed to be for work? Don't you forget, it all depends on the instruction. Okay, so let me explain you how you are going to grade this, okay? The name of this site is actually Grade and Improve. Grade and Improve with Cambridge. So, let me explain you what you're gonna do first, and soon we can check it, okay? Yeah, so here you have, my dear students, the introduction of the site. Grade and Improve is a free tool developed by Cambridge University to help students to improve their written expression in English. Don't you forget, this is developed with AI, with artificial intelligence, and let me explain you how it works. Let's click on Comenzar a escribir, start writing. And remember, we have to choose the level intermediate. This is our level intermediate. And here you have some examples of what you are supposed to write, okay? An essay, a report, a review, an essay. Let me move down a little bit about this. Okay, and here in the second page, we have the email, okay? We're gonna click over here. And let me explain you how it works. An email giving up a mobile phone. First of all, remember you need to read. Read the instruction and identify what is this email about. This is an email you have received from an English friend, Ben. Subject, giving up my phone. Do you remember this phrasal verb? What is the meaning of give up? Give up, giving up.
Rendirse.
Rendirse, yes, pero rendirse mi teléfono tendrá sentido. Does it make sense?
Devolver.
Kinda, but no. So give up, my dear students, could be known as devolver. No, no devolver, sorry. As dejar de usar, no? Give up. Giving up my cell phone. Giving up my phone. So, according to the subject, we may have an idea about what is this about, okay? So let's read. Hi Sue, I'm considering giving up my mobile phone. I'm always looking at it when I could be doing something else, and it costs so much money. Do you think it's possible to live without a mobile phone these days? What problems do you think I will have? Tell me what you think, Ben. So, my dear students, remember what you are supposed to do. You are supposed to answer this email. As you can see, Ben is asking you for advices. He's asking you for advices, so let's take a look on that, okay? I'm always looking at it when I could be doing something else, and it costs so much money. Do you think it's possible to live without a mobile phone these days? What problems do you think I'll have? So in your email, my dear students, you are supposed to answer Ben. And remember, you are supposed to write your email Okay, I believe this is too much, my dear students. Try to do it between 100 and 150 words. Okay, don't pay attention to the instruction that we have here. It's gotta be between 100 and 150 words. Okay? So don't you forget the structure for the email that you can write over here, okay? The email that is divided in the 3 sections. Number 1, remember that is the greeting, el saludo greeting. The second, remember that is the body or development. And the last part, remember the farewell. Farewell. Again, greeting, body, and farewell. Greeting, body, and farewell. So, Jeremy, Eve, you got it? Yes? Excellent. And what about you? Tell me, Yesenia, do you have a question? Good morning, Yesenia. Hello, hello.
Hello, teacher. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to see you, Yesenia. Is everything okay?
Okay, teacher. Clase anterior no pude por problemas de luz.
Okay. And this week, are you going to have any problem with the electricity today?
Yes,
What
yes,
time?
teacher. 12.
Oh my gosh, at midday, justo same as ever, right? Midday, no
Yes,
electricity.
yes, teacher.
Okay, so we're gonna do this exercise, Jesse. ¿Sí entendiste? ¿Sí me escuchaste la instrucción? Did you get the instruction?
The part, the message and part.
Exactly, okay? Okay, I'm gonna tell you this in Spanish so you can check it out, okay? Bien.
Okay.
Jeremy, Eve, and Jesse, remember, en estos momentos les comparto el link. Ustedes, please, van a contestar este email, ¿ok? No se olviden, aquí su amigo Ben está pidiendo consejos, is asking for advices, y ustedes tienen que exponer su punto de vista a la pregunta que él plantea, ¿no? A las preguntas que él plantea. Do you think it's possible to live without a mobile phone? ¿Creen que es posible vivir sin celular estos días? ¿Qué problemas consideras que tendré, ok? Obviously, ustedes tienen que exponerle los puntos a favor, los puntos en contra y darle el mejor consejo, si es que es una buena idea dejar de usar giving up, o si es que quizás tienen alguna alternativa para que deje de pasar tanto tiempo en su cell phone o usando su cell phone, ¿ok? No se olviden, entre 100 a 150 palabras, ¿dónde lo vamos a escribir? Where are you going to write? En la parte donde dice aquí, ¿no? Start again. Here, my dear students, you can go with that, okay? Hi, Ben. I hope you're doing it well. And remember, you try to write. Tenemos que ingresar. Este tiene un contador de palabras, a words counter. Si es que no completamos el número, no podemos revisar. We cannot check. Okay? Don't you forget between 100 and 150 words. So we can start. Ahora sí les comparto. Please open the link. And we have 20 minutes. Se supone que deberíamos completarlo en 20 minutos, in 20 minutes. So use your imagination, use all, yeah, mainly your imagination, or mainly use what you think, your opinions about that, okay? So you can do it. Yeah. Remember, si es que les aparece la pantalla principal de main screen, tenemos que seleccionar la opción que dice Intermediate y nos vamos a la segunda página, to the second page, donde encontramos ¿no? An email giving up my mobile phone. Giving up a mobile phone. So go for that, please.
Teacher,
Tell me.
finish. How about I watch the feedback?
Yeah, sure. Let me stop sharing. Okay, can you share me your screen, please? And we are gonna check your feedback, okay? Okay, excellent. So congratulations. As you could see, take a look, Jeremy, your grading level is B1. Okay, so that means that you did it very, very well. So let's identify. Remember, here you have some little corrections that you can make. Okay, whenever you see this, it means that there are something that you may change. Okay, so let's read about it. I think the unique solution isn't giving up your phone. You should try other things like making okay, a little problem here, making a schedule. Okay, making a schedule, I believe that is the problem. You can change it. Okay, you can change it over here according to the mistakes. Yeah, so we'll scroll up so you can put it over here. Excellent. Like making a schedule. Excellent. I think this is the best idea because you can do a lot of things and decide the time for using your phone. But it demands a lot of discipline. So I can also recommend you download an app in your phone to control how much time you're using your phone. Excellent, that part is correct. About problems, I think that if you receive an important message, you aren't going to be able for answering. Answering. I believe here you have a spell mistake, okay? It's answering. Yeah, you can change it. Excellent, answering. I think that this is the mainly problem about your decision of giving up your phone. Also remember that the phone is a really useful tool, so if you don't know a word or you need to do a research, Okay, I believe in this case. Okay, you know what is the problem here, Jeremy? Research is uncountable. Okay, una consulta, a research. Creo que simplemente if you need to do research, necesitas consultar. If you need to do research, excellent, that is the problem. You're going to use your phone. Well, they are my recommendations for you, but the unique that you have to choose to do, what to do is you. But the only, I believe instead of unique, but the only, creo que sería mejor the only, sounds more natural. But the only one, la única, the only one that has to decide, that has to choose. Excellent. Choose, ahí falta una O, no? I guess there is a missing O. There is an O missing. Choose. What to do is you. Sincerely. And remember, Jeremy must be in the next line. Okay, click on there. Excellent. Sincerely, Jeremy. Sincerely, Jeremy. Okay, got it?
Yes. And this mainly
The form of this word is unusual. Main. I think that is the main problem. Creo que este es el principal problema, ¿ok? Solo main, no mainly, porque mainly es como adverb, ¿no? El principalmente problema. No, the main problem. So you can check again. Click on check. Okay, so congratulations. I believe you got it very well, okay?
Okay.
Yes, so congratulations, Jeremy. Perfect. That was an amazing, amazing job. Like making a schedule. Creo que sí le cambiaste o no a schedule. Yo creo que sí. ¿Por qué te marco otra vez? A schedule, okay? Excellent. A schedule. But the only one. Ah, okay. You know, after only is that. But the only one, después de only, no debería ir that, sino one. Bórrale ese that. Excellent, okay? That has to choose what to do is you. Yep, so congratulations, Jeremy. Scroll down. Can you see your progress? Vamos abajo donde dice your progress. Excellent. According to this, you have a very good level. You started with B1, but now you may go up until B2, okay? Perfect. Amazing, Jeremy. Such an amazing, amazing work. You tell me when you finish. Thank you. Let me stop sharing. You tell me when you finish, please, Eve. And hello, good morning, Gilda. Gilda is here. Hello, hello.
Good morning, teacher.
Hello, Gilda. Qué gusto verte. Such a pleasure to see you. ¿Cómo vamos con la cuestión de la electricity in your house, in your neighborhood?
Ya ahorita no hay corte de energía hasta la medianoche.
Super good, okay? Such a pleasure to know that, okay? Gilda, estábamos haciendo un ejercicio de grading. We are doing a grading exercise, que es escribir un email. Y no creo, I don't think, porque ya mismo terminamos, así que déjame te comparto el link, okay? Let me share you the link so that you can do it. Okay? For the exam, Gilda, you will have to write an email between 100 and 150 words. Okay, I'm considering giving up my phone, so you have to read the instruction, and according to what you read, you have to answer. You have to answer to that email. Okay? Yes, you tell me when you finish, Eve, yes or not yet? No worries.
Teacher, escojo un tema en específico.
Yeah, primero escogemos intermediate. We have to choose the level intermediate. And then Gilda, we're gonna choose. Tenemos que, en la segunda página me parece que estaba an email, okay? An email. Pásale a la number 2. Let's move to number 2. And here we have this, okay? An email. Okay?
I finish.
Okay, Eve, can you share me your screen, please? We're gonna check. And after this, we can have a break. Okay, excellent. So let's see that, okay? All right. I believe the problem, the why everything is highlighted in yellow, that is because you need one more space. One more space between I hope you're well and then the next one, okay? I want that you know, I want that you want, I know that you want to leave your phone. I think so we can live without. I think so. Mm, I believe it is better to say I think that. Creo que sería en lugar del so, sería mejor colocar creo, ¿no? A ver, yo creo que. I think that. Okay, you can change it. Vamos ahí. Excellent, we can change it. I think that. We can live without phone. But first, you must consider without a phone, no? Without a phone, because remember this is singular, without a phone. Excellent. But first, you must consider if in your job or family the use of phone is important or not. Okay, this is correct. Period. Because if in your job is very important, if, because, comma, if. All right, because remember, yeah, it is in uppercase. Está en mayúscula, también le marca como incorrect, okay? It's uppercase. Because if in your job is very important, you should tell with your boss to explain the decision as well as to family. You should talk. Creo que sería mejor, ¿no? You should talk to your boss. Talk to, en lugar de with, talk to. Hablar con. Excellent. Talk to your boss. For explaining. Okay. Después, after the explain, after the for, vamos a ver aquí, for, the next verb must be with ing, okay? For explaining, sería for explaining con ing, this decision as well as to family. Okay, I see. I don't consider that you in these days I don't understand this sentence. What do you try to say, Eve? I don't consider that you in these days you have a problem. What do you mean with this?
En Spanish,
Yeah.
o sea que creo que que no va a tener problemas o sea, en los días que decida como no utilizar el teléfono. No.
Entonces sería en futuro, ¿no? That would be in future. A ver, I don't consider that you will have a problem in these days. Yeah, el I don't consider está bien. I don't consider that you. Ahí no tendríamos que cambiarle el orden. Primero debería ir you will have a problem in these days. I don't consider that you will have a problem in these days. Excellent, muy bien. But you must talk about this decision. Pero debes mencionar esta decisión. You let me know your decision. Ajá. Simplemente en lugar de you leave me, simplemente vamos a poner let. Let me know this decision. Borrale, erase it. No, let's, L-E-T, let's. Excellent, ya sin el you. Without you, es como redundante porque ya es un imperativo, ¿no? Simplemente let me know this decision. Best regards, comma, Eve. Excellent. Check again, let's see it. I believe Carol came, but first you must consider if in your job. Okay, but first you must consider. Ya, después del but first pone una coma, maybe. Creo que está sin comas y por eso le marqué incorrecto, ¿no? But first, coma. Excellent. You must consider in your job. Yeah, I see. There you go. Check again. I don't know what is it. Yeah. You must consider if in your job or family the use of cell phone is important or not. No, or not. Ah, yeah, ahí está. There it is. Yes, no me percaté. I didn't realize that, okay? If it's important or not. Si es importante o no. Excellent. Ahora sí. Congratulations. No me había dado cuenta, pero tú sí, Eve, que estábamos redundando, ¿no? Si es importante o no, no hace falta ponerle si es importante o no importante porque es excesivo, ¿no? We are redundant. So congratulations, Eve. Officially, you did it very, very well. Okay? Gilda, okay, I know that you don't have enough time to do it this, but we can do it for the grade, for the break. ¿Crees que podemos hacerlo durante el break, Gilda? Yes?
Sí, teacher.
Excellent, yes. Entonces, Jeremy and Eve, in your personal cases, we already did it well, así que tenemos 15 minutos de break, okay? We have a 15 minutes break. Y hasta eso, Gilda, aprovechamos realizándolo, okay? Yes? Listo, so Jeremy and Eve, see you in 15 minutes. Not so sure in your case, Eve. Después vamos si vas a tener electricity o ya no more electricity.
Creo que sí, porque ahorita reviso los horarios y supuestamente tenía que irse hasta las 8 de la mañana.
Y
Pero
no se
sí
fue.
había luz, o sea, no se fue. Y en cambio ayer se fue a mediodía, de 12 a...
Okay, so that was the first part, my dear students, of the grading section. We were grading an email, so I believe that you had no problems with this. I truly consider that both of you, Eve, Jeremy, you did an amazing job. But let me see, where are you? Tell me, Gilda, you finished or not yet?
Ya la estoy terminando.
Almost finished. Okay, you tell me when you finish, please, and we can check your answers, right? Until that, please, Jeremy and Eve, remember, okay, let me share my document. Let me share you my notebook. Okay, so at first, remember, I explained you the parts of the grading exam. So officially, we got the first part, okay? That is grade an email. So congratulations, because this part we did it very well, right? Grade an email. We're gonna carry on, we're gonna continue to the second part, that is write a story or write an article. Remember, you are supposed to complete once again this in 100 words. 100 words, write a story or an article. 100 words to complete any of them, okay? A story or article. So, Eve, Gilda, and Jeremy, let me explain you how you are going to do this. We are going to do the writing story exercise first, that I consider it's not going to be a big problem for you. In the case of a story, let me put it over here now. Okay, let me stop sharing this, okay? For writing a story, my dear students, If you compare to the email, in the case of email, is usually real information, something that you know. But in the case of a story, we have a little difference, a small difference that we need to remember. Okay, so for grading a story, my dear students, you can choose any of them, okay? It could be both. It could be grade a real story or maybe grade a fiction story. Real or fiction story, so you have to choose which one, real or fiction. And what are the things that you need for that? Remember, you only need 3 things in order to do it properly, okay? Number 1, really important. Let's start with the first. Okay, really essential, my dear students, at first, you need to have the good vocabulary, okay? Try to remember first, what do you need for that story? If the story is about sports, if the story is about maybe it's about a work day, it's about a journey, try to think about all the vocabulary according to the story that you are trying to write. Okay? Afterwards, my dear students, don't you forget really important. It is really good to have a good imagination or creativity, okay? Really important, be creative. This is a really good activity that you need to check on that. Be creative and try to put it in practice while you are writing your story. And finally, my dear students, don't you forget, really important. Okay, give me a second. All right, there was a problem with my keyboard, I guess. Okay, great story, real story or fiction, vocabulary or creativity. And finally, don't you forget, it is really important to have a good sequence. Okay, sequence. Sequence, that means that you need to have a good order. Okay, and in order to put a good order, don't you forget, it is really important to use the connectors. Connectors for that. Same as in the email, remember your story is divided in 3 parts. Parts of the story, remember, we start with the introduction or beginning. Number 2, don't you forget the development or the story, development. And finally, the ending or conclusion. Introduction or beginning, development or ending and conclusion, okay? So we are going to learn what are the connectors, what are the linking words that we can use to make our story or to put a story in a really good sequence. Okay, so let me share you over here my screen and we can start. Yep, hold on, and here we go. Okay, so my dear students, right now all together we are going to read the next story and we are going to identify what is the meaning of these highlighted words. Okay, I need your help because together we are going to identify the meaning of these highlighted words. They are known as linking words or sequencing words, okay? linking words or sequencing words. Okay, so you can start, please. You can help me. Let's get ready to begin, and here you go. Yeah, let's start, please. Jeremy, can you read the first paragraph, please? You can do it.
Last week, I visited Chicago to attend a business conference. While I was there, I decided to visit the Art Institute of Chicago. To start off, my flight was delayed. Next, the airline lost my luggage, so I had to wait for 2 hours at the airport while they tracked it down. Unexpectedly, the luggage had been set aside and forgotten.
Thank you. So can you tell me, Jeremy, what is the meaning of the highlighted words? Let's start with the first. What is last week? That is easy.
And yours, Manu?
Very good. While.
Mientras,
Excellent. To start off with.
para empezar,
Excellent. Very good. The next one. Next.
luego, después,
Very good. And finally, unexpectedly.
inesperadamente.
Excellent. So remember, we use these words as linking words, as connectors. Okay, let's continue. Let's carry on to the next. Okay, Eve, please, you're gonna help me. You're gonna read number 2.
Okay. As soon as they found my luggage, I found a taxi and rode into town. During the ride into town, the driver told me about his last visit to the Art Institute. After I had arrived safely, everything began. How do you say? I know. See, how do you say began?
Began.
Began to go smoothly. The business conference was very interesting, and I thoroughly enjoyed my visit to the institute. Finally, I called my flight back to Seattle.
Okay, so tell me, Eve, what is the meaning of these words, of the highlighted words?
Mm, no sé si es como pronto, algo así.
Exactly, we can know it as tan pronto como, as soon as. Okay, continue.
Durante,
Nice.
después y finalmente.
Excellent. Can you read also, Eve, the last paragraph?
Okay. Luckily, everything went smoothly. I arrived home just in time to kiss my daughter goodnight. Afortunadamente.
Excellent. Luckily. Okay. Super. Eve, Gilda, and Jeremy. Remember, these linking words, we use them to put the story in a good sequence. Okay, to put the events in the correct sequence, that's why we use the linking or sequencing words. Okay, vamos con la primera. Let's go with the first. These are linking words to begin your story. Okay, to begin your story, you can use them, okay? Take a look. First of all, to start off with, initially, to begin with, at first. First of all, to start off with, initially, to begin with, and at first. Remember, we use these phrases, these expressions, to start your story. Okay, to start your story. So, you can choose any of them because they have similar meanings. First of all, could be as, primero que todo, to start off with, para empezar, initially, inicialmente, to begin with, para comenzar, at first, en primer lugar, okay? My dear students, any of these expressions can be very useful to begin, to start your story. Okay? Yes? Eve, Jeremy, Gilda, got it?
Yes.
Excellent. Congratulations. You got it very, very well. Okay. Let's continue to the next. Don't you forget, my dear students, that also we can use to continue your story. The linking words to continue your story, remember, we have then, after that, next. Then, after that, next. Entonces, después, a continuación. Remember, this is to put the next event in the story, okay? Remember, we put in sequence. Luego, después, a continuación, okay? Then, after that, next. Got it? And my question, my dear students, is as soon as and immediately, what is the meaning of this?
Tan pronto como inmediatamente.
Excellent. Remember, this, my dear students, we can use it for actions that happen shortly after another action. ¿Ok? Tan pronto como es como inmediatamente después. Immediately, ¿ok? Las dos, both of them, my dear students, can be used as synonyms. Tan pronto como or inmediatamente. As soon as or immediately. Okay? So, Jeremy, Eve, and Gilda, they are synonyms, and remember we use them to talk about actions that happen shortly after another action. Okay? Let's continue to the next. Okay, now we have interruptions. Interruptions and adding new elements to the story. Interruptions or adding new elements to the story. Here we have the next expressions to add suspense to your story. That means actions that happened but weren't expected. Suddenly or unexpectedly, that means repentinamente, inesperadamente. Es decir, my dear students, una interrupción. We are talking about an interruption. For example, do you remember? Let me stop sharing so that you can remember last class, okay? You remember Jeremy, Eve? Last class we were having a normal class. Suddenly, the lights went off. The teacher's Osmar's lights went off, right?
Yes.
Excellent. This is something unexpected. Unexpected, right? So, don't you forget, suddenly or unexpectedly, for new elements that happen unexpectedly, okay? Inesperadamente o repentinamente. Okay? And just to finish, my dear students, take a look. Ending the story. Ending the story, okay? To finish your story, my dear students, ya la última parte, the last part of the story, we can use the words finally, in the end, or eventually. Finally, in the end, or eventually. Yep, Gilda, Eve, Jeremy, are you clear about this? Finally, in the end, or eventually. Finally, in the end, or eventually. Yep. So, any question, my dear students? You got it, Jeremy, Eve, Gilda? Okay, so let me stop sharing and let me come back once again to the whiteboard so that you can check it out what you need for that, okay? Okay, for the exam, my dear students, you will have to write a story. Don't you forget that It can be real or it can be fiction, okay? In this case, remember, you can use any of them. If you don't have a real story, let's suppose that the story is about that, okay? I will say, let's go with that. I'm going to give you an example of an instruction for your writing or for your story writing in the exam. For example, you may have the instruction like this. Write story about your last journey. Okay, write a story about your last journey. If you want to, my dear students, you can talk about a real story. For example, do you remember, Jeremy? What was your last journey? Where did you travel? What did you do there?
Yes,
Tell me
yes,
a
yes, I
little
do.
bit.
Mm, Last vacations, I went to Mindo with my family.
Excellent. Last vacation, I traveled, I went to Mindo.
We booked a hotel near to the river. Uh, it was a good trip. We did a barbacoa.
Exactly, very good, okay, Jeremy. So, you can use your real story, but remember, if you want to, you can use your creativity, your imagination, to say something else, okay? For example, you can say, last vacation, I went to Miami. Last when I went to Miami with my girlfriend, I decided to visit many touristic places in this place. So go like that, okay? So, my dear students, Jeremy and Eve, let's go with that, okay? Jeremy, Eve, and Gilda, you can use a real story or a created or imagination story, okay? So, you got it. Any question, Jeremy, Eve, and Gilda, about write a story?
No, teacher.
No? Jeremy, Eve, yes, no?
No, no question.
No question.
No questions? Okay. So I believe that we are ready to write a story, okay? Let me share you my screen. Permítanme, les comparto. Hold on a second, and so we can start, okay? Yeah, okay. Until I stop sharing, yeah, finish. Gilda, can you share me your screen with the email? Vamos a revisar el email de Gilda hasta que les comparto sobre la story, okay? About the story. Ya, Gilda, estamos, got it. Can you share me your screen? ¿Me puedes compartir la pantalla, please, del email? Okay, excellent. Vamos a ver. Let's see for that and how well you did it, okay? Dice, the reason is for this email is to tell you that I'm considering to stop using the cell phone. I read the article about the excessive use, so you have a good use of it. There are people, yeah, I believe, can you see Gilda? Ahí te aparecen los errores que le podemos rectificar, okay? We can, that we can change it, okay? Así que, corrígele, please, you can correct it over here. There are people, sería, there are people. Exactly, ahí podemos cambiarle, ¿no? There, no, there, excellent. There are people who have affected their health by the constant use of the cell phones. By the constant use of the cell phones. Affects our brain and eyesight. This is a negative impact on your health. Period. Giving it so much importance takes us away. A ver, darle mucha importancia. I believe you tried to say that, okay? Giving it so much importance. Darle importancia. Giving it so much importance takes us away. Takes us away. Okay, away is also incorrect. Remember, is in singular. Away. Takes us away. Sin la S, okay? No S. Giving it. Yeah, okay. Creo que I believe en lugar de giving it so much importance sería to give. En lugar de giving it sería to give so much importance. To give, primero el to, adelante el to give it so much importance. Excellent, takes us away from our family and friends. You could consider going out and visit other places and spend more time with, I believe, not our family. In that case could be better to use your family, ¿no? Porque estás dándole el consejo a tu amigo Ben, ¿no? To your friend Ben. With your family. Aquí podrías considerar salir y visitar otros lugares y pasar más tiempo con tu familia. With your family en singular. I have considered giving it up for a long time. Would you believe, River? I have considered giving it up for a long time. Would you be willing to do or recover the time lost? Would you be willing to give it up? Greetings, Gilda. I have considered giving it up for... ya, aquí solamente faltaría for a long time, porque recuerda es un largo tiempo, ¿no? For a long time. Excellent. Would you be willing to do recover... to recover. Creo que aquí simplemente to recover sin el to do. A ver, quisieras recuperar, ¿no? No el to do, simplemente to recover. To recover the time lost. The lost time. El tiempo perdido sería the lost time. Primero el adjetivo lost. Excellent. The lost time. Would you be willing, y aquí falta la D, would you be willing to give it up? Would, después del would, con la D. Would, en la D, after L, D, would. Pone la D, D. Excellent. Would you be willing to give it up? Tell me what about tell me what you think about it. Greetings, Gilda. Okay, so check again. Vamos a darle clic a check again. Salene, so congratulations. Scroll down, down, please. Gilda, let's see your level. Vamos abajo. Let's scroll down. Excellent. So as you can see, Gilda, congratulations. Now your level is B1. That means, Gilda, that you are ready to pass this exam, okay? This grading exam. So super duper, okay? Congratulations. Okay, our estimator students, thanks for your patience, Eve, Jeremy, and Gilda. We are going to write our story, okay? Remember, this is a matter of imagination, of creativity, because in some cases you can write a real story, or maybe you have to write a fiction story. Okay, this is an example, and let me put it over here. I need you to please open the next link, and so we can start with it, okay? Okay, intermediate email, a story. A helicopter trip. Your English teacher has asked you to write a story. Your story must begin with this sentence. Pay attention because in this case it's not going to be a real story, it's going to be a fiction story. Your story must begin with this, okay? Mary and Ben climbed into the helicopter for their exciting trip. Mary and Ben climbed into the helicopter for their exciting trip. Okay, remember, you are going to use your imagination and you are going to continue this story. That is the idea. You have to continue writing about this story. And remember, the story is about Mary and Ben, so it's going to be a fiction story, okay? How are you going to do it? Please, here to the left, you're going to write your name. And here to the right, you can start with the story, okay? Jeremy, Eleve, Gilda, ¿estamos? We got it? Yes, so you can start, please. Remember, escriban sus nombres, write your names. Hay suficiente espacio, there is enough space for all of you. Yes, así que si ven que un compañero ya está escribiendo, if you see that a classmate is already writing, you choose another cell. Yep, so you can start.
teacher.
Yeah, tell me.
Should I write the exactly sentence? Marian Ben climbed into the helicopter.
Uh, just the first part, okay? Just the first sentence, and the next you can use your imagination. Okay, the first sentence must be the same. The first sentence, Mary and Ben climb
Okay.
into the helicopter for their exciting trip. Jeremy, yeah?
Yes, okay.
Excellent, very good. Excellent, my dear students. I see that you're finishing. Congratulations. Nice, Gilda. Nice, Jeremy, Mary, and Ben. Okay, excellent. Evelyn, super. Jeremy, Gilda, yes. I believe it's moment for a break. Let me see. You got a lot of imagination, super Eve. Tell me, do you consider, Eve, that you have a lot of imagination?
Yes, I like to create these stories.
Okay, super. So let's check on that. Congratulations, you did it very well. Okay, so Eve, can you read your story, please? I hear you.
Okay. To begin with, Mary and Ben climbed into the helicopter for their exciting trip. Their destination was the island Mystery in Congo. When the helicopter arrived at the airport, the climate was hot and the air by the airstrip had a thick black smoke. Mary had a cough because of this smoke, so Ben asked the pilot if he could carry them to another airport because this one seemed to be on fire. But the pilot couldn't hear him. So Ben began to shout while Mary tried to keep calm. And unexpectedly, two women appeared in the helicopter and Mary and Ben asleep. These women are nurses and they wanted to save Mary and Ben, but when very late for the pilot, uh, who was the major smoke in his okay, who was the major smoke in his lungs. Finally, Mary and Ben are safe in their home.
Okay, excellent, Eve. Congratulations. I see that this story had a really sad ending. Well, not so sad. It had a sad development, but the ending was happy because finally Mary and Ben are safe in their home. So in this case, Eve, I believe I wanted to recommend you remember Since we are talking about story, most of the verbs are supposed to be in past. So here you put it right. So Ben began to shout while Mary tried to keep calm. Unexpectedly, two women appeared in their helicopter, and Ben slept. Okay, remember both are supposed to be in past tense. These women are nurse. Okay, remember were nurses and they wanted to save Mary and Ben. But when very late for the pilot, who was the major smoke in his lung, but was, I believe here you're supposed to grade, but was very late for the pilot, who had, excellent, the most smoke in his lung. Okay, but no, I believe, but it was. Very late for the pilot who had major smoke in his lungs. Finally, Mary and Ben are safe in their home. Okay, so super, congratulations, Eve. You did it very well, okay? Let's see if you finished, Jeremy or Gilda. Tell me you finished. Wow, Jeremy, same.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, go Gilda. Let's read Gilda's story and we can go to the break. Gilda, I hear you, please. Can you read your story? Mary and Ben.
Mary and Ben. One day made a decision to make their dreams come true. They had a big dream getting on the helicopter and saved the Susans from about by the never imagined that his dreams was already a fact. One day, a friend overheard them talking about what they had been longing for a long time, but without thinking about if their friend had what the sense what is a pilot. One day, he contacts them with his friends and asking him if he the call tell him the forfeit his friends and brain. With all his health, when he went to see Mary and Ben, they did announce that was the happenings when they arrived on the plate. They afraid told them what they were doing, their face, lips, or and they did the chin now some the Adrian court um come free.
Come true. Okay, excellent. So, in this case, I believe, Gilda, that your story is way more optimistic. So, congratulations. In this case, you're telling how they got this, okay, this helicopter trip. So, congratulations. You can move on to the next one. And let's finish with Jeremy's story. Wow, Jeremy, you really have a really good imagination, and I believe that in this case, you have more than 100 words. So, congratulations. We want to read your story, Jeremy, and then we can go to the break. Go, Jeremy, we hear you.
Uh, Once upon a time, Mary and Ben climbed into the helicopter for their exciting trip. They want to find another culture in Africa. So they started their trip in the UK coast. They took a ship to Africa when they have arrived. When they have arrived, to Africa. The next step was more exciting. They had to fly or ball through the jungle. Both of them were rescued because they have to climb into the helicopter while it's flying due to, due to the fact that they were in a difficult course to land or walk through wild animals and natives for 3 days. So they took the first option. Mary climbed first into the helicopter. Behind her was Ben. Immediately she got into the helicopter. Wild wind kicks the helicopter, and Ben fell down to the end of the rope. Mary was completely scared about this, but luckily Ben achieved climb the rest of the rope and arrived into the helicopter. They were traveling to the center of Africa for about 3 hours. Then the pilot said, I can land here. So they have to jump from the helicopter. Mary and Ben were scared because they have never done it before. But the pilot explained to them how to do it, and Mary and Ben left the helicopter, which was the most difficult part of the trip until now. Mary and Ben landed near to a strange statue of the culture that they were searching for, but they didn't notice it because they were scared. Mary offered some water to Ben, and they began their investigation.
Excellent, Jeremy. So there are some corrections that you need to do, okay? Your story is amazing. You've got a lot of imagination, a good creativity, but something that you need to remember whenever we are telling a story, most of the tenses are supposed to be in past, okay? For example, they were traveling to the center of Africa for about 3 hours. Then the pilot said, I can land here. So they had to jump from the helicopter. Mary and Ben were scared because they had never done it before, but the pilot explained how to do it, and Mary and Ben left the helicopter, which was the most difficult part, okay? Mary and Ben landed near to strange statue of the culture, near I believe here is near, okay, near a strange statue of the culture that they were looking for, looking for. Okay, if you write searching, there's no need to write for, okay, simplemente searching. But I didn't notice it because it was searching for, looking for, searching for, sorry, I got confused. But they didn't notice it because they were scared. Mary offered some water to Ben and they began their investigation, okay? The rest is correct. Congratulations, Jeremy. You just need to remember that it is really important to put the verbs, to put all the tenses in past. Okay? Jeremy, yes?
Okay, yes.
Excellent. So, my dear students, it is moment for a break. Let me stop sharing. Okay, so my dear students, congratulations. I believe that you are very clear about the writing. Don't you forget, for the exam, you are going to have the 3 options. Okay, so I'm gonna share my whiteboard and you're gonna realize that actually for the 3 of them, for the story, for the email, and for the article, it's kind of similar, okay? I am going just to explain you what are the parts of the article, but I believe that we are not going to have time to do it, so I'm going to leave you this as a homework because it's not that difficult, okay? So, don't you forget, my dear students, the story can be real or fiction. Just to finish, my dear students, we're going to check what are the parts for the article. Okay, let me put you over here now. And what is the difference if you compare it with the story? Right, an article. So don't you forget, in the article, my dear students, you cannot use fiction. Okay, the article, it is supposed to be real and facts. Okay, real and facts, this is the case, this is the story of the article. For the article, remember, you need to write real and facts, real information and facts. Okay, Usually, my dear students, the article, it is supposed to be about your opinion. Maybe this could be about your opinion. And in other cases, my dear students, also unreal information. Opinions and real information. This is what you need to check for the article, okay? Opinions and real information. This is the story for the article. This is the story for the article, so you go with that, okay? Yeah, so what are the parts of the article? Don't you forget, this is divided also in 3 parts. Introduction, development, and conclusion. As you can see, if you compare this to the story, it's kind of similar, but the only difference, remember, in the case of the story, can be real or fiction. And remember, something that I forgot to tell you about the story. In the case of a story, everything must be in past tense, okay, past tense. For the article, my dear students, remember introduction, development, and conclusion. And in this case, my dear students, you can make a combination of all the tenses, but this is mainly written in present tenses, okay? Because remember, we are talking about real information and facts. So remember, everything must be in present. Present, but also you can use past, you can use future, but mainly in present. Okay? So just we are going to read an article so that you can have an idea what is this, how you can write an article. And remember, with this we can finish for today, okay? I know, my dear students, that you're very good at this. You're very good at writing. I have realized that. So it's not gonna be a problem for you, okay? Let me put you now the example. Okay, excellent. So my dear students, let's get ready. Let me put you the example of this article, and then we can finish for today, okay? So let's get ready to start, and here you go. All right, so let me put it over here now. And let's get ready with that, okay? With this example. Okay, so my dear students, let me show you the screen. There is a problem over here, but I want to explain you what is this about, okay? We are just going to see how is this article divided, and remember, we can finish for today, okay? Don't you forget, next week, I believe we have a holiday, right? Next week is Guayaquil's independence, but we usually, generalmente, nosotros sí tenemos clase next Saturday. El viernes es el feriado, okay? Friday, the holiday is on Friday. So on Saturday, sábado, generalmente sí tenemos, okay? We're gonna have this, so not gonna be a problem, okay? Let me put you now. Okay, so take a look, my dear students, the ultimate travel destination, Barcelona. Do you love traveling to cities but need help deciding your next destination? Although many people would suggest going to London, Paris, my favorite is Barcelona. As you can see, my dear students, this is an informative article. Informative article, so in this case, we are putting Barcelona as a travel destination. And since you know, my dear students, we have the first part. This is an introduction. This is an introduction. And as you can see in this case, take a look. We are talking about your personal opinion because he says, right? My favorite is Barcelona. My favorite is Barcelona, so you can check on that, okay? My dear students, that is the first case. This Spanish treasure offers an incredible combination of culture, architecture, and entertainment. Can you imagine walking through the historic Gaudí quarter, then relaxing on the Barcelona beach, and later visiting one of the Gaudí's masterpieces? These, my dear students, the next two, are actually the body or development. Body or development, remember. In this case, we are giving the opinion and informing about what are the things that you can find in Barcelona. And finally, the last one, if I were you, I'd choose Barcelona. Trust me, it's worth every moment. Okay, so this is the way that we can write an article. As you can see, it's very similar to a story, but remember, in the article is about real information, opinions, facts, real information about a city, about a place, and don't you forget, everything is supposed to be written in present. Okay, so Eve, Gilda, Jeremy, are you clear about this?
Yes.
Yes? Perfect. I've got amazing students. So I'm gonna send you the link so that you can do it a similar exercise to that, okay? My dear students, you are going to write, okay, hold on. Perfect. So let me share you the screen. Let me share you the link. And you're gonna do a similar exercise. Remember, what is the idea? The idea is that you are going to write an opinion article about the best place to visit in your city, okay? So can you see it over here now? This is the example. You're going to write an opinion article for a school magazine about the places to visit in your city. So if you live in Quito, remember, you gotta talk about Quito. If you live in another city, remember, it's an article about the places to visit in your city, okay? So here you are, my dear students. I send you as a homework, hacer un deber. Pueden hacerlo durante toda la semana. Remember, no pressure, no hay presión. Y nos vemos la próxima semana, okay? We can see it next week. And that's gonna be all for today. Sorry, my dear students, there was a problem with my internet. Yes, estaba explicándoles, I was explaining you the last part. Yeah, let's compare the link. Let me share you the link. Y con eso, with that, my dear students, I see, officially terminamos por esta semana, okay, for this week. La próxima semana, next week, remember, vamos a hacer listening and speaking. Y luego, officially, dejaríamos el examen para el 19, okay? October 19th, where we can do the final exam, okay? Listos. Any question? ¿Alguna pregunta? Jeremy, Gilda, Eve?